Can I hear you say, hey, Miss Wanda? Hey. You guys, Queer Eye is back again for episode 4. Now drop and give me 20 because we're going to boot camp with the Fab Five. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
You're going to make me dance all by myself over here?
I'm over here, baby. I got you.
This is how I do drop and give me 20.
I see.
I'm sitting in a chair.
I'm just doing the shoulder thing. It's the shoulder roll, babe.
You do you, boo. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Queer Eye. I am Brendan Haley, your fabulous host for the evening. Mm-hmm. And you guys, we have some special guests tonight. Guest appearances from my lovely co-host, the one and only Kittie KaBoom.
That's right.
And right next to her, we have Miss Bethanie.
Hi, Bethanie Jean. So happy to be here with you guys.
So good to have us.
And if you guys stay tuned, you're going to get some special
to
segments from them in a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what was the name of the special segment.
It's going to be
the
Fab Future.
Ooh, little prediction-y.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of psychic readings. They're telling me it's going to be fabulous. All right, so Queer Eye, Season 4, Episode 4. Let's dig into it, you guys.
Let's get into it.
So the episode is titled How Wanda Got Her Groove Back, and it primarily centers around our hero of the week, Wanda Winters, who, side note, comic book villain? Comic book character?
Totally.
Was I the only one thinking
Definitely.
And I'm going to guess a Gemini.
Ooh,
that would be perfect.
That's a whole other term.
That's a whole other thing.
Like, she was a real Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde.
I am a Leo. I don't pay attention to other signs.
I'm a Leo, too.
Oh my God, are you?
I am.
Bonding, you guys.
Love
Lion's
it.
Den. So you're Leo.
There we go. I'm not. Sorry, I'm the odd man out. I'm a fish.
Well,
I'm a Pisces.
Miss Wanda, the Gemini, she runs this drill company
Drill
team.
Yeah,
Drill team.
It's not
She's
a
a
world
drill
I'm
team coach.
Okay, cool. I never took drill in school, so I'm
It's an after-school
I did.
situation.
Oh, okay.
I love how he says I never took it as if it was a class.
Well,
no, it's more like I choose to be a part of this situation.
There we go.
It's an extracurricular sports
Yeah.
activity, just like cheerleading or a lot of
Football
schools
or-
these days don't call it drill team anymore. They just call it dance team.
Yeah.
So like the school I went to was an award-winning drill team, in case you guys were wondering. No big deal. But now it's just called dance team.
Bethanie is boasting on that.
I know.
Just a little something. She was feeling real sexy by
Only
herself.
freshmen.
Ooh.
Just so you know.
Just so you
Just
know.
so you know, those high kicks
I
got
am not.
me in.
I'm not ready for the amount of energy going on. Like,
In my drill team glory days.
That's right, baby. Hot kicks
But-
and pom-poms.
But a lot of people don't even know what drill team is.
I know, it's
I
surprising.
think now especially. But in case you're wondering, it's kind of like a dance team cheerleading mashup, but there's usually gloves. Like my school was purple and white, so we had gloves that had like purple palms and white exteriors.
On the back?
So when you do all this stuff, it's like, you know, dog
Everybody
seizure
should know about drill
choreography.
team at this point. Hello, Beyonce, Homecoming. Where the heck? I mean, it was like 53 gabillion people that tuned in. That is the essence and the epitome of a drill team.
well, we
That's what she did.
sort of deal with our own personal Beyonce in the episode. We have Wanda.
We have
Who
Wanda.
is, at one point, we try and decide whether she's a Beyonce, a J-Lo, or a Taraji.
That's right.
So
That's right.
We have yet to determine that.
Well, she said Taraji.
Well, she chose
most certainly
Taraji.
identified best with Taraji.
Yeah, and
She's
I think
like, that's my girl.
You definitely see it by the end of the episode.
Yeah,
We're gonna
and
get
Tan
into
said
that,
that's a
guys.
great jumping off point.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
concur.
But anyway, Miss Wanda, the lovely Miss Wanda, who's ageless, doesn't state her age, so she's just the universe.
I like that approach.
Me too. I'm very young.
It was
but,
very Mary Poppins of her.
Ooh.
It was,
say-
right?
I was
Mary
gonna say,
Poppins,
like-
you haven't aged. Oh, how rude. How dare you talk about my age.
I was going to say something like
watched that
Godzilla.
for the
but-
first time last night.
So good.
Great,
Yeah.
great movie.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Miss Wanda is
back.
the captain and founder and CEO and all-around neighborhood name owner of the Pythons drill team. And as we sort of already talked about, they are they are the undisputed champions of the town.
unparalleled, no question.
Yeah,
They're winning big trophies.
Oh yeah, and Miss Wanda herself has a lot of competition. She is very competitive, very ambitious. The Pythons are kind of her only life.
Yeah,
She spends all day
unfortunately.
there. It's like 12-hour days. She goes home and does more of it. She wears nothing but the Python merch,
Yeah, that was deep.
which I have big problems with because I love fashion.
Yeah, and I have a snake phobia, so I have a lot of problems with it.
Do you really?
Yeah, severe one.
I am so sorry / very excited that you were part of this episode.
It was kind of torturesome, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we're going to shed that skin just like a python and talk about it, honey. What did you guys think overall?
Oh, it was such a good, feel good. Yeah.
First of all, I'm never disappointed. I absolutely love the show. I live for it. Jonathan makes my day. Tan makes my day. Tonight, Karamo made my day because who knew
He had
that
some
thing had
moves.
that many moves, right? He was
Yeah.
on point
He
with it.
likes to
Hey!
show it off on social
Oh,
media.
of course he does. He likes to show off a lot of things. I can tell that he. But you know what's so dope about him though? Because the role that he plays on this show is to bring that out of other people. So it's not like he doesn't embody it himself. I feel like this is the perfect vehicle for him to kind of just come out and show people that, listen, I'm living out loud. I need you to join me.
Well, I feel like
you know what I
he
mean?
and JVN...
And in go-go boots.
Oh, of
He's
course.
living out
Always in
loud.
go-go
Yeah,
boots. That's a
go-go boots.
staple.
Right. That's a staple.
No,
No question.
I felt like Karamo and JVN in particular were really lit up about this.
That's because they both have
location.
rhythm, and you know JVN is just all about his gymnastics.
He wanted to quit the
his
show
ice
and
skating.
join them.
Yes,
Like-
that cracks me up.
Steez. That's his total life outside. I follow him on Instagram, and he's a huge advocate of anything that makes you feel good in terms of body emphasis. So yeah, he does the gymnastics and he nails it. He just started learning how to ice skate. He's all over them skates, baby. So yes, I absolutely
Wow.
love that empowerment. Yeah, he's something
And he
else.
was, I guess, the first male cheerleader at his school.
That's right. We talked about that a little bit in the premiere episode of
Good
this
yeah.
for
season.
him.
Yeah, because he comes back
cool.
and talks to... he faces his old demon.
I get it. Once a
Interesting.
cheerleader, always a cheerleader.
Always a cheerleader, baby.
I feel very attacked. I was not a cheerleader.
It's okay. It's
It was
not all it's
drama.
cracked up to be.
Okay, well, fine.
Well, you're expected to like your school.
No, I know that's...
And have spirit.
Or at least pretend.
Meanwhile, I just like to rebel against any form of authority.
Okay.
I am totally can relate to that.
So who wants to do cocaine? Not Miss Wanda.
Oh my god.
No,
She-
Wanda was pretty dope, though.
Wanda, I liked her, but she definitely was a little standoffish. And
Oh, yeah.
that was the primary critique. All of her crew members, her staff, even her daughters.
Her daughters,
were
yeah.
talking about how it comes from a place of love and a place of wanting everyone else to do better and
Mm-hmm.
make them better through her work. But she definitely was a little standoffish, and most of the people who nominated her wanted her to change and wanted her to be a little bit more warm and fuzzy, maybe take a few weeks off of work and focus on herself. So that's really where the Fab Five come in, and we start by them pulling up, and we see her house. We see Miss Wanda's house. Which, do you guys want to talk about this? Because there's nothing there.
Yeah, that
No.
was definitely had a lot more to do than what she claimed it did. She said that she had to make room for extra practices, and then the furniture was taken out and never brought back.
Excuse
or
me, that couch.
something
That couch was
weird.
2 chairs.
Yeah,
Two
Yeah.
metal chairs.
Two
There was definitely
fold-out
something
chairs.
weird psychologically going on with her,
Yeah.
though, because even she didn't keep her food and things in her cabinets.
Right.
She kept them
I don't know if
organized.
it's a psychological thing, but
It must be. She said they were
Yeah.
scary.
She
That
just
doesn't make any
has-
sense.
Well, I
I'm not saying
sympathize
she's
with-
crazy.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying
no,
there's
no, of
something
course.
about her wanting to settle in and make it homey that was a block for her. She
Yeah.
just wanted to live her school.
Regimented.
Yeah, she
kind
didn't
of
want
life.
to settle in.
Well, I do
It's
think
kinda
there is
strange.
something to be said about, and I can definitely speak about this too, because I do it. Having so much work and so much on your plate that you do forget to take time for yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you develop bad habits. So
Of
I
course.
I would be curious to go more into the psychology, but I feel like she just is. She's in a rut. I feel like she's been in a rut for so long that it's just normal to her, which is why when they talk about it with her, she doesn't really know what to do. She doesn't know what to say. Although her containers and dirty dishes were in a tub. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm
I mean,
saying.
that's
That-
unusual.
Right,
Yeah.
those
You have
kinds of
cabinets.
things.
Like
Yeah.
she was living like she was camping, but she had a full kitchen of empty cabinets
Yeah.
where she could have put her dishes.
and
so-
JVN was mortified
something
getting
weird
to the
about that.
bathroom.
Right, he's
'cause
like, no,
there were no products anywhere there.
none to be found.
Not even a conditioner or a mousse.
Nothing.
Which to me is also mortifying.
Not
because
even
I
a
love
face
my morning
cream.
regimen.
Yeah, we didn't even see soap.
Yeah.
I mean, not that she doesn't use soap. No one's implying that. I'm just saying, like, nothing was really prevalent. And most women, well, I shouldn't say most
She
of
might
my
shower
friends.
at school. She lives at the school.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe she does.
We've seen this scenario a few times on the show where the hero of the week doesn't have enough time for themselves, and they've been in the same rut. So it's definitely common, but most of them either don't take care of themselves at all. Like there was a guy last season who didn't shower.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
And I love that they met him where he was. I thought that was
Exactly.
so awesome that he spoke that. Because I said that, me and my mom were watching it. And I was like, how dope is it that this is where how they present themselves? Literally not brushing your teeth or washing your body is disgusting. But to say that to someone obviously wouldn't garner any good if you want them to actually go through with taking care of their hygiene. So you meet them where they are. I understand that that's not something that you like to do. Well, let me give you some alternatives that might keep you clean and fresh without you having to go through it. When he said that to him, I believe it was Tan that made mention of it, you could tell he was embarrassed. He was a little,
Was this the guy that had a son?
yes, and
Yeah.
the camper. So
And the same scenario with Wanda. She has
that was
daughters.
exactly.
That was
Obviously
a
the-
major turnaround, that particular
Oh, yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Because he was sheepish about it, but he turned it around. He said, how ridiculous of me that I would think that this is an important part of life. He was able to see that because of
he
their...
was-
But the difference
almost
there
living
is
like-
that he wanted to be better
He
for
did.
his children,
He
whereas
did.
with Wanda, she thinks that everything is fine and that they
fine.
understand what's going on.
Exactly.
But as we find out a little bit later, they are not completely on the same page.
Yeah, not at all. She was like, we've been doing this for years. I thought you guys knew.
Yeah.
Like, this is who I am. They're like, yeah, but we kind of want you to be somebody else.
So yeah, if you're...
Did anyone else find it kind of alarming and like jarring that like they never hug? Like
Yes.
the mom would come into the restaurant, no one got up and hugged her.
When she
Even
came out of
when
the
she
kitchen,
came in,
she's cooking the scallops.
No one was
They were
like,
all happy to see her, but nobody embraced.
You
It
could
was
tell
painful.
there was like intimidation in this like barrier of affection in that relationship. It was really
sucks.
sad.
Well, bringing it back to the house a little bit, we all sort of went through the different mini segments, as I like to call them, and we got like an opinion from Tan, an opinion from Karamo, and they all sort of came back to the fact that she doesn't have time. She doesn't really seem to treat herself in the best respect.
Yeah.
But she wants to do better, and she has this documentary coming out at the end of the week that is about the history of her drill team, the Pythons, and how their journey has occurred over the last, I think, 30 years. They said.
Evolved, yeah. It's
Yeah.
quite a ways. 30
Yeah.
years is a long time.
Yeah. So the whole goal of this week with the Fab Five is to get her essentially camera ready to present this film and deal with her daughters and deal with the coworkers and show them that she is so much more than what she's been not criticized as, but like seen as in the past. So that's sort of where we are. We then go through the little montage where they're all like, we're going to make her better, pours an aioli into a pan. I'm going to teach her how to be stylish, like swishes the hair. It's the most dramatic part of the episode every time, and I love it. Flashback to Antoni a few weeks ago where he just inhales a peach.
Right. I thought that it was very poignant, and I love that they being the producers, make sure that there's always beats in the show that show the humanity of these people.
Yeah.
And gives them, obviously, and that's what makes the show so great, right? Because it's not just about like, oh, come on in, we're going to change your clothes up, we're going to get you.
It's going to be the
different-
humanity because
Right, it's
Antoni brings the man.
Yes, it is so awesome. And I just love that they respected her privacy when they were talking about her hair. She obviously was
too.
not comfortable with that. I was surprised. I thought she was going to cry. So I was glad to see that she didn't get too emotional about it. But JV and it respected it. Obviously, so did production staff. And they were able to bring her happiness and bring a smile to her face in spite of, you know, because I was like, oh, well, if she got alopecia, then I was thinking like spotted. And that wasn't the case at all. It was super short in the front. Okay, it'll grow. You know, it wasn't.
Well, actually, I'm going to
can
start
handle
with...
it.
No, I'm going to come back to JVN since he was the last segment. I'm going to start with Antoni. Because his was a little bit interesting in the fact that he was teaching Wanda how to cook asparagus and scallops, I think, right? Not fried fish,
Yeah.
it was scallops. Or are they the same
With capers
thing?
and a carrot
No,
sauce.
they're not the
I don't
same.
eat
They're
fish, so...
shellfish.
Yeah, but
You
they're
don't?
round shell. They're
They're
complete.
shellfish.
I was
Fish
in-
is fish.
I was in Nantucket like 3 weeks ago, and I got Though I ate a little bit of everything because I'd never tried like scallops or oysters or whatever, and I got mad sick. So I'm very off of fish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I love
That's
all
wrong.
those foods.
But yeah, Antoni's teaching her how to cook a proper meal because her favorite meal is fried fish, and you can't live off of that forever.
Right.
You need some Chex Mix, maybe like a nice
Some Chex Mix fried fish, maybe.
Chex Mix and a glass of wine. That's how I do it. Look how snatched I am after Buzz. But Antoni brings up the Wanda's daughters, and she talks about how her mother instilled these ideas of you can't be in the kitchen when I'm cooking, or there was a sternness with even her mother, so she just naturally has created that relationship with her daughters now. And Antoni talks about how he comes from a family of that. He didn't feel close with his mom ever. He knew that the love was there, but as a result, he doesn't have a relationship with
Still.
her.
Right.
Still.
Yeah,
After
still.
all this time.
Which was really
That
heartbreaking
was
to hear.
right. That was so hard. And then he talked about his dad too in this episode and said how basically his work came first. And I was like, oh, a sneak
Yeah.
peek into Antoni's upbringing. That's disheartening.
Yeah, it's a little bit sad to hear
Yeah.
that from one of our favorite Fab
But look how he
Fivers.
turned out. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. Look at his Instagram. He's beautiful.
Isn't he Latino? He said something about being a
No.
white boy.
No, he's very
He
white.
just speaks Spanish
He's
fluently.
He's Polish.
Yeah.
I
Polish
could have
Canadian.
sworn that boy
His-
was Latino.
His parents were Polish, raised in Canada, grew up speaking
Look at
Polish,
you.
English, and French.
Well, la-di-da. Thank you. He speaks Spanish fluently, too.
I like to investigate people.
Ooh. Well, I actually want to throw this next one to you, Bethany, since I tell that you are a style worker.
A style worker.
I don't-
I am a style worker, and I love that. I'm going to start going by that.
I copywrote it, so you have to pay me. No, I'm kidding. No, Tan is the next one. So we get him on a little department store excursion. We didn't get a name this time, so I'm assuming it's like a Macy's or a JCB or
Not
something.
necessarily.
I don't know. That's just where my mind goes because that's a department store for me.
Well, okay.
If I've gotten
It's
to
in
that point.
Missouri,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's probably not Prada. I don't know.
I mean, it might be
Maybe.
Nordstrom at least,
yeah,
you guys.
I don't go to any of these places anymore.
It's probably a nice department store.
It's probably an upscale department store.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that we see
So we'll say
That
Nordstrom.
we see
Ross.
regularly.
No. Dear. Nothing wrong with Ross, but it's not Nordstrom.
Nothing wrong with Ross.
not
Not at all. Or TJ Maxx or,
Or
any
TJ.
restaurant. No.
Don't even talk about my TJ.
We
Maybe
love
the
them.
fact that TJ Maxx still has Christmas stuff up all year round. Subtle shade.
Christmas in July. It's a
Christmas
thing.
in July. Anyway, coming back to Tan. We're at this department store, and he wants to work and collaborate, as usual, with the hero of the week, Wanda, on her style. What did you guys think of the first look? Because we're getting, like... I think it was the baseball cap. It was, like, baseball cap, this grayish blouse with a weird frilly thing on the waist. I didn't like it at all. It felt like... I don't even have words to describe.
I think he was trying to ease her into it.
Yeah.
It's for
Yeah.
somebody that literally puts a T-shirt on with everything they wear every single day to represent their team. She had to be introduced to things very slowly.
And
So
you
it's for
also-
him to just full on like, put
You
on
also-
a sheer top or
I
something.
have to remember it was a casual, comfortable fabric that fit like a t-shirt, and it covered. There was an embellishment in the waist, which was what she was specifically insecure about. So
yeah, that
that's
was the
why
part
he
that she was
chose
insecure.
that.
And it was very
And it
comfortable.
was
just as
gray,
she
so
said.
it's
Yeah.
really wearable and easy. I
Right,
mean, I
she
get
can wear
the
that every
choice.
day.
It just wasn't like traffic stopping. But
Well, I
she's-
think the
Wanda's
issue
not the
for
type of
me-
woman we want
That's not her
traffic
style
stopping
anyway.
fashion for. We just want her to
Yeah.
clean up and stop wearing snake t-shirts.
I think the issue for me is and I usually have this criticism about the first option with Tan's
Tan.
choices, is that they're usually a completely different tone from the person. So I can't hate it completely for that fact, because they're usually like testing the waters, and then the second or third option is the one that matches the personality, usually, not always. And then the second one obviously was We got a little French tuck going on, the traditional French tuck.
Right, he love him some French tuck.
Love him some French tuck.
Little
Tan
moto
France.
jacket.
France is in
That
his
is
name.
thing.
She had her little moto jacket.
Her little-
which was
I love
cute.
the
Right, he
jacket.
Layering.
does
I love the
that.
boots,
And
too.
The boots were cute.
They were little like blocky, strappy sandals. They were really cute, but
Yeah.
like multicolored.
And they show
Yeah,
off
were
her
cute.
figure really well too. Like she got a booty, she got a nice little like her back even like props up. A
Great
good
posture.
outfit brings
Drill
out
team, man.
Yeah, it brings out a whole different personality in you, and you're not gonna get it by wearing your merch every single day.
No.
Just a crusty old t-shirt.
no,
No.
probably not.
You can be proud, but it's not gonna do anything for your posture.
Just saying.
No. Bobby did something this episode.
Bobby,
We don't know.
He did.
Oh no, he did, but the cutaway during the segments was a second long.
We didn't see a ton
We
of
didn't
him,
see-
but look what he did.
Oh no, in the end, the reveal is fantastic, and we'll
Right.
talk about that in a little bit. But like, I was kind of offended for him because we just got this beautiful moment with Tan and Antoni, and then Bobby's
Where's
there.
Bobby? Right. Bobby's here, Bobby's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they showed him like screwing up the dance moves a little bit. That was cute. A little B-roll.
I love Bobby.
talking to
He's-
her about her bedroom and what
Yeah.
her bedroom is.
Yeah,
to her
he
and
did
stuff.
give her like a tour. Okay, what's going on here? Why is this happening? Let's have a seat on the couch. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looked in her cabinets and we're
Mm-hmm.
like, what's the problem? These are functioning cabinets.
What's
You can
happening
put
right
these,
now?
This Tupperware things, you can put them in there. It's provided. It's like built-in Tupperware for your
All I'm
walls.
saying is that if she's afraid of a cabinet, there's got to be a ghost in there.
What?
I have lived far too many lives in a bunch of different places where there
Okay.
have been ghosts.
Were there cabinets?
I
Yeah,
see.
where there are cabinets with ghosts in them. No, actual true story. No, so JVN, moving right past Bobby to JVN.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. What did you guys think of how they handled Wanda's hair situation? Because it was a very delicate topic. She didn't like to talk about it. And you guys even brought it up before it happened. There was a tension while we were watching of is Netflix going to show her real hair, her real scalp, because she does not take good care of it.
Well,
And
I don't know that that's the case. She doesn't let it breathe like she should. You're right.
Yeah.
But it appears that he gave her a soft diagnosis of alopecia. So that's
Right,
not
right,
like
right.
a matter of not
Traction
really being on top
alopecia.
of it so much as it just, it came about as a result of her wearing wigs, granted. But once you lose your hair, that isn't so much taken care of as it is just being able to find product or
She's
whatever.
just backed in a corner.
Yeah,
What are
where
you
you
gonna
can
do?
get more hair
yeah,
growth.
I mean,
'Cause it's
she
growth.
can't. How it is right now, she felt like, well, I can't just rock my hair. So
Yeah.
she has to cover it. Which I'm
this one in
totally
particular
sympathetic
was
to.
this was an interesting one for me because it wasn't any shocking like Brazilian blowout. It was just him showing her how to show off her natural hair, and I loved that because it was simple, it was straight to the point, and it made her comfortable. In
Oh,
the
it
end.
made her so happy.
And we didn't need to
That
see
was
anything.
so
They didn't
dope.
show us what her actual scalp looked like, which was very respectful, and I was a fan of that.
And he did something really smart when he brought a secondary stylist in who can relate to her hair texture
Yeah.
and shared her personal story about how she went through something very similar. And let me tell you, as a hairstylist, this is the most delicate topic ever.
Yeah.
Like, people losing their hair is traumatic.
I can imagine.
It's traumatic. And don't get me on a tangent, but it's a little unfair.
Bethany's on a warpath.
That for so long, African American women have had these ridiculous rules put on them. Like, you
Girl,
have to
the
wear a
history
weave.
of our hair,
Oh,
if
it's
you
crazy.
only knew.
It's crazy.
If
I'm
you
super
only
interested
knew.
in it. So I like read a lot about it.
Cool.
It's really interesting. And but there's even like kind of segregation in salons with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to weave hair. I'm
Well,
very
this was a
insecure about it. I
big-
wish I could.
this was a
no
big
one's coming to
criticism-
me for that.
This was a big criticism I had about last season, and I know a lot of fans were up in arms about it as well on social media, that JVN, it wasn't, malicious in any way, but he wasn't bringing in people to help with hairstyles like this, with African-American men and women who
He
have
was
different...
receiving backlash for not.
A little bit. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I don't think anyone was catching it in time. And
By the
this
way, I
season,
said blacklash.
oh,
I was trying to say backlash.
What's crazy is we both, everyone here, that we've all worked in television enough to know that he doesn't make the decisions as to who comes on the show.
Exactly.
He might have a say in it. He could very well say to the producers, I think it would be a better take if we did it this, that way, or that.
Well,
but
we've
he
had
doesn't
it.
run
That's been
anything.
fixed a few times this season
Yeah, I
already. This
saw
is like
that.
maybe the second or third time where there's been a guest stylist
Mm-hmm.
or somebody who has more expertise
in that
this
particular.
department.
The good news with, and I believe me, as a black woman, I pay attention when we get to the hair of a black person because I want to know what spin he's going to go with it. And I will say this: I don't know if you guys remember the show with the young black girl, and she's gay,
Yeah.
and she.
Black Girl
considered herself-
Magic.
Right, Black Girl Magic, thank you. Right, well, when he brought her in to sit down, I thought that it was so dope that the first thing he said was, I can tell this is a relaxer. He's been in this business over 20 years. It's not that, I don't think that he hasn't been exposed to or doesn't have an expertise even in African-American hair. I hate that word, black people hair or other
He probably doesn't,
ethnicities.
though, just to be honest.
Just from the outside looking in, you want to feel like watching this as a black woman. Okay, you might know what you're talking about, but you don't know
Yo.
what you're talking about.
Let me tell you,
know what I mean?
I can relate to it because if I have a black client, I'm outsourcing. Do you know what I mean?
You have to. If
Because
you don't know.
I know that they know I can't relate to
Right.
it.
Exactly.
It's
Right,
the
they call
same-
you on it immediately, so why even put yourself through
it's
it?
the same reason I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I don't typically have like Asian or Latina stylists, male or female, bleach my hair. You know why? Their hair's so strong. You can put their hair through hell and it's gonna stay on their head. When you have like little fine blonde girl hair, it's not like that. You have to have a girl with little fine blonde hair
But
do your
that's
hair so
what
they're like
matters,
delicately
So it doesn't burn
bleaching
up.
your-
Exactly.
So your hair doesn't
I've
melt
wanted
off.
to go to your color for so long, and I'm jealous.
I'm on my way.
It's like
I'll get you.
Targaryen,
I'm on my
prime
way. I just took my
Targaryen.
break.
Yeah,
out,
we'll be
girl. We'll
such a
talk about it
trio.
another
We'll be
time.
such a trio.
We would be quite interesting.
Platinum hair.
Oh my god.
Platinum hair all the way around.
We're like a 50s girl group.
oh, God,
Yes. Oh
The
my
blonde
God.
Deaths.
That would be hilarious.
Blondettes.
But yeah, you make a very valid point. I think that as consumers and viewers, we want to see people that look like us doing for us. But I do get the impression that
Well,
him
mostly
having
so
done
they can
this
get it, right?
Well, yeah, not
Don't
only
you just
that,
feel like
but I
you
mean,
want to get it?
but that's what I'm saying. I think Jonathan does get it, but I think it goes down better. It's a better it's a better pill.
Nothing against you, Jonathan. I've probably been doing hair about the same amount of time. as
Yeah.
you. I've been doing hair about 20 years. I promise you I don't get it.
But he's
No,
gone
like-
into other.
like-
No. But he's made it a point to study this stuff. Is what I'm saying. He's not just saying, "Oh, I know because I know hair." He's saying,
do you
"I've
think he
worked on
weaves?
Yes.
Like, do you think he's a really good braider?
Yes.
He's had a few experiences
the
on the show.
braiding
now.
itself.
I see him braiding, giving me some joints going back,
Really?
nicely tying them up back here, putting on the cap. And sewing the hair in. I see
Props.
John. Yes,
That's
I could be
awesome.
wrong, but that's what I see.
Well,
I
what
think
did
he'd
you
be able to
guys-
pull it
Wait,
off.
you have seen it? Or that's
No,
what
no,
you
no. I'm
think
saying
you've
this,
seen?
I think this
Okay,
he's
gotcha.
capable.
What did you guys think of the end result?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
It
she
looked
looks
healthy.
amazing.
I was really surprised when they combed it toward the front. You know what I mean, and brought that hair back from here. It was healthy hair once he cut it, and the what do we call those split ends and stuff are gone. It was healthy hair. I expected it to. I just didn't. The way that she was describing it, I was getting the impression that it was literally like bald spots all over. But that's not the case at all. It's just that the front of it wasn't necessarily as long as maybe the
Which he
sides and the
called
back.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that,
Your,
I mean,
your hairline is an incredibly fine, fragile hair on everyone. It's the most fragile. The temples.
Girl,
your
look at
hair.
this. I just
So-
took out my braids and they literally were so heavy that 4 braids pulled it. That's why it's like balding right here. They pulled out my hair.
I can't even notice.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it. My hair always
hair
grows
looks great,
back.
too.
Oh, please. You guys love me. Thank you.
That hair,
but-
it just can't handle that amount of tension.
exactly.
Like that.
It's super heavy.
The follicles, like,
I can't do
it's
this.
gonna bail, you
Yeah.
know?
So 4 came out, but it's fine because my hair always grows back. So I'm very grateful. It'll be fine.
praise emoji for hair growing
Praise
back.
emoji.
It's the only thing I can guarantee in life.
Well, moving on a little bit
was
to
good. Yeah.
our lovely love boy, Karamo,
Karamo.
preaching the gospel of love.
Yeah.
This was an interesting exchange between he brought together Wanda and her daughters. Wanda didn't know that she was coming to lunch with her daughters, but it was to get to the bottom of why they're so isolated, essentially. To try and better understand Wanda, Karamo needs to talk to her daughters. And I think some feelings might have been hurt during this because her daughters were honest.
Yeah.
Which is, first of all, bravery. Props to them.
Right, because
It's
we
not
already know
easy standing up to your,
scary.
well, not standing up, but saying the truth to anyone, especially a parent. And I think Wanda was a little bit butthurt about it, but as we sort of see after this with the reveal and when Wanda reunites with her daughters, it all comes from a good place. They just want to go over and have movie nights and chill and talk about boys or whatever. Like, they don't want to be polite. There's no space for formality when you're family. And, quote me on that. I like that. Hey, posters.
Tweet.
So yeah, I was happy to see that people were being honest about the relationships going on, but I also was a little sad for Wanda.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all relative. They weren't rude to her. Nobody was like blatantly like, you're a horrible mother. Nobody came from a condescending or a malicious place. They genuinely want a better and a closer relationship with their mom. So,
it was positive.
Yeah, it was very
we
positive.
love you. We know you love us, but you
Right.
don't show us. But we'd like more of this. Please.
Exactly.
It was like a friendly order.
So it was necessary that I heard her say that it was hurtful to listen to or that it was a little painful, but that sting only lasts a minute and it's kind of necessary in order for you to get over the sting to move forward what needs to be. This is a long time coming. Her kids are 30 years old.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But she didn't know their ages. She wasn't certain.
No, that's hilarious. If
Well,
she don't know her own
age
age,
isn't
so.
really a priority
But it's
for
not
her.
a thing for her.
Clearly.
Same thing with home renovation.
That's right.
Which is my favorite part of the episode. Because the house, what Bobby did with it, when they finally come back, the house is gorgeous.
Right?
Unrecognizable.
To be fair,
bathroom
the
was-
house had nothing before.
Yeah, it
and
was
I
ridiculous.
mean literally a chair and a rack.
Her bedroom was cute.
Her bedroom was fine. That was where the most effort was put because
Right.
that was her space to relax.
Exactly.
But now the whole house, I mean,
Gorge.
it looks like an LL Bean catalog. It looks like like a promotion
Yeah.
for West Elm.
Yeah, it was dope.
Brands out the wazoo.
No doubt.
It's always a gorgeous job.
Yeah.
No black cabinets in sight, Bobby. I like that you're listening to me.
They did a pink kitchen, didn't they?
They did
Head
pink
to toe
kitchen,
pink, which is like my
pink bedroom.
bathroom.
Or bathroom. Yeah.
Yes.
Bathroom.
Adorable.
Which I thought was a really cute choice. I've never seen them play with
Me
different
either.
tones.
Colored,
It's
yeah.
usually more muted or minimalist.
Exactly. I thought it was
By
awesome.
the way, known fact, pink walls is known to make a calming environment. That's why they put it in prisons.
What?
Is that real?
Yeah,
I love
they
that.
paint like cafeterias and stuff in prisons pink.
Okay.
Because
Honey, I'm
it
just
lowers,
here thinking that it's because someone's like, they're prettier.
No, it lowers
That too.
aggression.
That is awesome.
It lowers aggression. So she's like
just going around to
kind
prisons
of
in the
like
middle of the
an
night and
intimidating
punching.
person,
Maybe
and I
that's
feel like they were trying
why.
to soften her up
That's
to
a
make
good
her
point.
house pink.
Yeah.
We don't
I
think
could
we
be
thought
wrong,
of that.
but
Can I share something with you?
Yes.
So I just wanted to talk to our people for a 2nd if you don't mind. I have to tell them thank you.
Preach the gospel.
Because at the end of the day, without you guys, there would be no us, period. We love what we do here. Quite honestly, I mean that with all sincerity. I've been on 3 shows today, people. Please, I love it here. And yeah, thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. It matters to us that you're watching, and we'd love for you to be involved. Chat it up with us. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, and if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. We deserve it. We're here doing the damn thing. Yeah, and we're keeping you entertained.
and it's the
I'm
only
hearing-
stars that count.
It is. Being a part of AfterBuzz has really meant a lot to us, in all honesty. So we appreciate you, and we hope that you tune in next week, tune in the week after that, and the week after that. Keep coming back. That's what we're
Hearing
saying.
all the
Kitty.
organ music.
All the
Getting
organ
some
music.
serious church vibes.
I love it.
That's
Ooh,
right.
take me to church.
Hallelujah, baby.
Can you hear me?
Hallelujah.
Oh my God, I don't know what just happened there.
Hallelujah.
Ooh. Anyway.
There we go. Just had to,
We have come to
talk
the
our
end
people.
of the narrative portion of this.
Okay.
So, was there any other part of the episode that caught your eye in particular?
I loved that. Oh, we already talked about that. Karamo and JVN were just on point with like they were just in their element. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're about to dance. There's a dance team. Let's get
Yeah.
it. I love that. I
What
thought
about
that
you,
was
Beth?
adorable.
He had some moves, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, both of them did really.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It was
So
cute.
we can agree.
I loved
Karamo
watching
got
the
some
drill team.
moves.
Yeah,
Huh?
that was
I loved
awesome.
watching the drill team.
It was
cool.
cute.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of her actual students, like more of the kids, because
We got a lot more
little-
time with her daughters,
Yeah.
especially towards the end where she walks into the premiere and announces that she's going to be stepping down.
Yeah.
like,
Which
and
came as a
Were you
surprise
guys-
to
yeah,
everybody.
that was pretty surprising.
Yeah.
I had my thoughts about it because it kept being a point of conversation throughout the episode, so much so that I started thinking they were going to branch out or somebody was going to jump on to help her. So when she announced that, it wasn't really a surprise, but I was happy that she did it. And her daughters were shocked. I think everyone in that room was shocked as well. Like, you guys, it was crazy. And she also sort of comes into her own. She says, "I love you" to her daughters, which
was an announcement.
Well, yeah,
an announcement.
You
love
said
her. She's like,
had
guess
to,
what?
Build her energy up.
I love you.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that took some effort, huh, Mama?
Yeah.
Hold on to your seats.
Right.
There were definitely a lot of nice moments that tied up the episode. A lot of tearjerkers, a lot of family-friendly moments.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. As usual, Queer Eye, you
You
have done a
killed
fantastic
it.
job.
Did yourself.
You slayed.
Well, guys, I'm going to sift it over to you for our special segment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for today's special segment, we've decided it would be really fun to make up our own kind of versions of predictions of what becomes of these people that get made over.
Might I also note, this is not a prediction of what will really happen, because you can find that out
At
later
all.
on. This
Not
is
in
about
any
what-
way at all.
This is in our sick minds, what we've come
Yes.
up with in our
What we're envisioning for them.
our
Hit me with it.
creativity.
What do you got for me?
We're going to call it the Fab Future. I think Wanda could potentially drop it all, become a chef, own a local restaurant called Asparacondas, or turn her administration office into a hug booth.
Oh, I like it.
Turnaround.
I love that. Okay, my prediction is that Wanda, after having stepped down, decided that she had no idea that she was so passionate about flying. So she goes to pilot school. She meets this new hunky pilot. They fall in love. They get married, and now she's on a mission. And instead of the Pythons being a drill team, she's a drill team sergeant to her husband, and they're traveling the world, and she's flying them all.
And he
all over
loves
the
the pink kitchen.
Of course, and he loves the pink kitchen. Of course, he does. And
I
they
like
eat asparagus everywhere they go.
Yes.
She learns more about different kinds of, I'm about to say cutlery. What's the word? Cuisine.
Culinary?
Cuisine, culinary. Thank you, darling.
The culinary arts?
Yes, the culinary arts, of course.
What about you? What are your predictions?
See, I mean, I can't say a lot of the things that I think are going to happen.
Oh,
Like,
Lord.
I think that, to put it briefly, because I could go on for days, I think she gets kidnapped by a cartel right after the premiere. They drive her down to Mexico, where we find out that it was actually Alexander Skarsgård headlining this cartel. And she falls madly in love with him over the fact that he wears pleated pants.
I can't.
And then they live on a yacht for the rest of their days. And then she finds
I
out...
could see her getting into a guy that wears pleated pants.
She finds out one
That's
day,
not
though...
a far off. It's not a stretch.
She finds out one day, though, that they're not pleated pants. They've actually been flared this whole time.
I thought you were going to say an elastic waistband. I was like, no!
Say it ain't so.
No, there's a whole closet of them there, and that's the moment. That's the whole part of the horror
then
film
we
where she's
find
like,
out-
ah!
And then we find out he's 80, but she doesn't care about age.
That's right. That's irrelevant. It matters not.
And then 15 years later, we get the reboot series. There we go. That's how it happens in Hollywood,
I
guys.
love it. Yes, makes lots of sense.
Well, sadly, I think we've come to the end of the episode.
But I would love for people to comment below about their predictions for Wanda.
That would be awesome.
What are your Fab Future predictions?
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth. Lovely. You guys seriously are making tonight so seamless and lovely.
That's great.
I'm going to miss you guys because
I'm going to miss you.
you're
too.
not, I don't think you guys are.
I mean, maybe they'll ask us to come back, but we're not regulars.
Well, you guys, since this might be the last time you ever see Bethanie and Kitty,
At least on this panel.
where can you
Let's be
find
clear.
them? Where can they find you guys?
Oh, on social media, you mean? Yes, of course, darling. Kittie, Kittie, last name KaBoom, KaBoom. Instagram, find me.
You're like a superhero. I love
Something
it
like
so
that.
much. But
Thank
like a
you.
Powerpuff Kitty girl, I love it. You can find me at Bethanie Jean Official. That's Bethanie with an IE.
And you can find me, Brendan Haley, here at AfterBuzz TV doing all kinds of shows. I think the only other one I have right now is Pose, so tune into that on Tuesdays. You can also find me on Instagram at Brendan Haley and Twitter at Brendo Hales. And until next time, bye guys, have a queer night.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for tuning
Jazz
in.
hands.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV, Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.